All right, today on the channel, we're going to take a look at Lowlight from the G.I. Joe Classified series. Yep, I picked this bad boy up again from a little Asia connection I got. There's no secret, they're out in Asia, and I really wanted to pick this up, right? My buddy of mine asked me if I wanted to get it. Absolutely, send it over. I got a few other ones if you saw my pickup video last week that I'm going to review, and I'm excited for it. Number 86 in the line, correction. This is what he looks like. He's got a really great cover here. Digital. I like how they're doing this little scene here. He's got a tremendous amount of weapons up here. Backpack. And this is the great part. We're going to take a look at this case as well with this sniper rifle. He's got this kind of like a Uzi gun. I'm not 100% sure what that is. You know, again, I was in the Army, but I didn't shoot every weapon. You know, I shot a lot of them, but not every single one, and I'm not an expert. I was only an expert in the ones that I would clean religiously, which is my M16, A2, and A1, you know, the 50 cal, and the Law, and then the grenades, and the, anyways, why am I already forgetting? The mine, the one that was front toward enemy. Anyways, I'm already forgetting, but. So anyways, this is the Claymore. That was the weapon, the Claymore. So here you go. This is what we have here. The box, number 86. Here's what's on the back. Lots of accessories, cool little close-up of them. Let's see, yep, and another, you know, comic book render there, drawing of what he's got. So absolutely, you know, I hate to say this, but this stupid cardboard box thing is growing on me. But I thank you for getting rid of it. I want to see the figure. I prefer to see the figure, but I do appreciate now some of the artwork here, and I really like it. But I'm telling you, I want the art. I want the figure back, right? I want the plastic back so I can see my figure before I buy it. So. But now I found a new appreciation for it, so very cool. So I won't be keeping this box, so bye. All right, let's get to the figure. Here we go. I had this little guy as a kid, and I loved this figure. The thing I remember most about him was he had a giant backpack and a cool gun. I don't remember him having the smaller weapons, but then again, that was years ago, and I don't, like I said, I have a dial tone, I have a Crimson Guard, I have a Quick Kick, I have a Eel Trooper, I have a bunch of little, you know, 3 1/4 inch figures from my childhood, but this one did not survive because like many of the ones that I have, except for Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow, I still have my kid one, and that one survived with all of his stuff because I really liked him. And I actually bought 2 of him. That's when it started, right? The one to stock and one to rock. But anyways, Lowlight was one of the ones that I really liked. To me, I mean, bringing in some of the real military part of it, he has some of those old school grenades there. Maybe they're flashbangs, maybe they're smoke. I don't know. But nobody's dressing like this. Maybe the paramilitary, the police in an urban setting are dressing like this, but I don't remember seeing any operators dressed like that. I mean, they just didn't do that. But I mean, whatever. You know, it's a fantasy, right? They're cool. Anyways, all right, where were we? I got a delivery from Hasbro. That's why I had to stop the video. But getting back to it, like I said, he looks really great. None of the people I ever served with dressed like this, you know, but he looks good. He's got a great sculpt. I don't know where the sculpt has been. I don't know what other, you know, figures. I usually just judge them by what they present, right? Sometimes I can make out a sculpt or two from different parts of the, you know, line. But, you know, a lot of times I can't. But I really think they held very true or very close to the original you know, design here. I really dig it. It's got a ton of texture, a ton of, you know, just sculpting to it. The silver, the reds, the greens, you know, the glasses, the cap, the hair. It's just got a ton of detail on it. Amazing work. I really dig it. This, you know, there is a ray of hope in Hasbro's silliness sometimes that they do get. Now, it's not to say that there's nothing wrong with this figure, and we're going to get into some of that, and we'll talk about it. But so far, I mean, very, very impressed with the design, the color, the throwback, the retro, everything about this figure. I really, really enjoy everything that they did with it. Flashes of color, the painting, just really great all around. All right, let's get into the figure. Let's take off his glasses here. He's got his little, you know, I guess, I don't know, glasses there. He's got his Uzi automatic submachine gun here looking thing. So we'll take this off, set it there. We'll get to that in a moment. This nightcap does not come off. He also has a knife here, so we'll take that off and we'll get to that in a moment. And he has a little sat phone maybe right here. So we'll take that off and leave it here for just a moment. All right, looking at his face closely, I remember the Joe team did say that he has some health issues or mental health issues, so he can't sleep at night sometimes. So they did a really good job of putting those dark eyes in there. I really appreciate that. His face looks fantastic. I don't have any errors on his face whatsoever. So, you know, just a great looking sculpt, and the hat looks really great. So let's turn the head side to side. He can look up this much, really good. Look down that much, really good. More so than grunt. So he's got more articulation there. He can turn to the side. He's got some great articulation there. Look at that. Just fantastic. Way more than the grunt. Robert Graves, Mr. Grunt. So good work on this. I really appreciate that. He can strike a T-pose pretty easy. That's easy. Very nice. You can go, you know, hand can go all the way around. He does have a bicep cut there. And, you know, I'm always scared with the Joes because you might not be able to do this. Now, this one has that notch right there. It doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother. That notch really doesn't bother me too much. Some people say it really breaks up the sculpt. I hate it. But to me, it doesn't bother me all that much at all, really. So I'm okay with that. As long as we've got that articulation. But again, to me, articulation is key. It's critical in an action figure. It's an action figure. It's got an action. The sculpture is also good, but to me, it's secondary to the articulation of the figure, right? Articulation, sculpting. They're both important, but to me, the way that the figure moves, you know, overpowers that. He does have a butterfly joint there, so it does go back quite a bit, and he does come forward quite a bit. So I do dig that butterfly joint. Very nice. Double jointed pinless arms or elbows, not bad at all. Very nice. He does have the, let me see, is it in and out? I can't tell from here. Or is it up or down? No, it's up or down. So he has the dice roll hand on this, and what does he have on this one? In and out on this one. So up and down and in and out on this one. So very nice. Now here's where we start to get into a little bit of trouble. He can crunch really good, as all Joes can. Very nice crunching. Love it. No issues there whatsoever. Here's where we had a huge problem. The minute I got this figure and I took him out, I went to twist him. And even to this day, did y'all see that? You see that? It's not giving. It's not, now it gives. But initially, when I did that, it didn't give at all. Like I could feel the peg twisting with the body. So I stopped. If I didn't know any better, I would have broken it, you know. So I had to literally disassemble him, put some oil, and you can still see I have a little bit of oil in there. I had to heat him up, disassemble him, put some oil in that joint that's in there, and then play with it for a while to get it to work. Now it's working fine, but, you know, it took me about, I don't know, 20 minutes, 15 minutes to get that working. So, I mean, we're going to talk about, I don't like it, but maybe, you know, I don't know. The point is, I got it to work. It's fine now, but it wasn't fine initially. So if you feel that tug and it doesn't twist with you, you don't feel it moving, you need to stop. So let's let's keep going here. What do we have? You know, regular articulation here, cut at the waist. We just saw that. Drop down hips. We saw a cut at the thigh there. And again, super tight, double jointed knees. Again, with these knees, I literally was bending this thing over my knee to try and make both the double jointed knees, you know, this keeps falling and this keeps falling. But that's par for the course with these guys. So anyways, it was really, really hard to get this thing to bend. But eventually, you know, again, taking some heat to it, taking some oil to it. And I'll put a picture of the oil that I use up here that I use personally for it. And it works great once you get it in there and work it in there. So now it's much easier now, but holy moly, it was not easier before. Does he have a leg cut? A boot cut? Yes, he does have a boot cut. There it is. And he can twist his ankle pivot right there. That far down, that far up, which is tremendous. That is tremendous articulation. Here's the thing about this figure. I love the sculpt. I love the design. You know, I'm just talking about this figure itself. The only problem I have with this figure is that it was hella tight. These knees were mega tight, and I was about to twist off this torso from the waist. What's the options though? The option is you get a super loosey-goosey figure. I mean, pick the least of two evils, right? I'd rather you give me a tighter figure that I know I'm going to have to maybe boil and pop and put some lubricant on it than you give me a figure that I just do this and it's flopping all over the place. That drives me nuts. So, yeah, I'd rather have a tighter figure. I don't like it, but I'd rather have a figure with just the right, you know, friction on it so we can use it. But, I mean, what are you going to do? So there's the figure. I really like it. It is a great figure, well sculpted, true to the original Joe, throwback with some modern accents. Really great. Now let's see what all the stuff that he comes with. So he comes with this little submachine gun that he's got right here. It looks really great. Looks really great. And this clip is removable. Magazine. Everybody chill. And he's got a little hand there, you know, stabilizing a hold right there. So that's his little submachine gun that he has right there. Very cool. I dig it. He's got his glasses that fit perfectly over his head. Oh man, this is great. This is going to be a great accessory piece for a bunch of other figs, right? So love that. Great kit bashing with this. He also got a really cool knife. You know, there you go. I mean, it's just a knife. And then he's got his little sat-link phone. Maybe I'm going to color this part right there, make it blue or something. You know, that's the way it looks right there. So not anything super exciting there. It's just a little sat phone. The other thing that he has, and this is the coolest part. Well, let's just look at the backpack. The backpack has lots of molly on it. No color on it. I would have liked them to put some color on it. Again, it's made. No, it feels to me like it's made of a harder plastic, so which is good because the other plastic again was real goofy and it would put a lot of stress on this and it would eventually just mess it up. But very nice backpack. Lots. It looks like you can pack, as my drill sergeant used to say, you could fit a small rhinoceros in there. It does look like you could, you know, these things, you can fit a lot into them. So anyways, I really dig it. Nice little backpack. Now, this is the thing that really throws this figure over the top, right? It's just amazing. Number one, they give us a gun case for it, right? Or a weapons case. And it's got all the areas that you can literally disassemble it and put it in his little case. And it fits. It's great. The funny part was that even if it was, when I took the weapon out of here, the sniper rifle out of here, it was in a case already, closed shut, and it was still bent. But it wasn't bent too bad. It wasn't bent too bad. I had probably a little bit of heat, and then it turned into this, right? This is fine. Not a big deal. So yeah, it completely comes apart. The scope comes off. The The tip here comes right off. A silver wash would make it look even better. So I mean, a little bendy, but it's all right. It's not bad. Very nicely detailed weapon. I love that you can take it apart and put it in the accessories there. I love it. I love the fact that they gave us this weapons case that he can carry with an actual removable weapon. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is what I wanted. So anyways, what do I give this figure? And I rarely do this. I always find some ticky-tacky to do. But I want to tell you what, even though I had the problem with the waist right here, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Because it's got the perfect set of accessories. To me, your opinion may vary. It's got the perfect throwback and colors that I remember. It throws me right back into my childhood with the right amount of updating to it. And it's just a great figure. The only thing that I would say, I mean, and again, this is almost ticky-tacky because so many figures are like this. You have to be careful when you first get it out. It's almost par for the course. Even independent in Valiverse, tell you, heat up the figure before you dink around with it because it might pop on you or whatever. Just be cautious of it. And now we truly know that these are just not kid toys. They're just not. What kid is going to sit there and say, I need to go get my oil, I need to pop and swap, I need to make sure and oil it to move it in the... Kids are not going to do that, and they're not going to pay $25 for a figure. It's just not going to be a thing. So anyways, as much as Hasbro says we're a toy company, I mean, sort of, I guess, but what is it, 30%, 25% of your money is now coming from adult collectors like us? So you might want to, refocus. In the end, what do I give this? Like I said, a 5.0. I really like it. I'm looking forward to additional the Joes. I've got Big Ben to go over. I've got Tripwire to go over. I had Big Ben as a kid. I didn't have Tripwire. I had Firefly as a kid. I love that one. And we'll go from there and see what else we get. Now, just finishing up, I still have that contest going on for the Justice Buster riddle. And like I said, you'll get a brand new unopened eel and an unopened retro Ben Riley packaging. So I'll send you the Ben Riley figure unopened and the Cobra eel unopened if you get the answer, or if you solve the puzzle for the Justice Buster / Hibernation Pod review. If you guys do that, I'll send it over to your house. I'll send it to you for free. And the way that you get me the answer is, remember, you have to be at a desktop and you have to go to the about part of this channel where you'll see my email address, and then send me your answer to that email address. And we'll go from there. Now, if nobody solves it this week, this is something new. If nobody solves it this week, I'll start to spell it out for you, because we're starting to go a little long in the tooth on this one. I might have made it too dang hard, but what I'll start to do is I'll start to spell it out. So next week, if we don't solve it this week, I'll start to put in clues at the end of each video. I'll literally circle, what I want you to, what the clue was and what this clue was and what that clue was. And then, 5 clues later, you should be able to solve it at that point. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for liking and subscribing if you're so inclined. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the feedback. And as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling it out.